Okay, folks, let's see what we can do with this silly copier. Yes, COVID-19 is well and truly off the chain in Sydney, or Greater Sydney, and it's just not looking too good. Northern Beaches apparently is in lockdown till Wednesday at 12 o'clock this week, 12 a.m. And this is not looking like a happy Christmas, folks. But then all my Christmases appear to have a certain commonality about them. They're always unhappy Christmases. I never seem to feel happy. I'm trying to get in touch with my loved one, Luigi, and it's really difficult with this fuck up COVID shit intruding on my fucking opportunities to get on television, to find Luigi, to get on the primetime news, which is where the COVID-19 is. COVID-19 is taking up most of the space once again on the primetime news. I'm pretty intuitive with this shit. I knew there'd be a breakout. Somehow I knew that things would slide and that the restrictions would indeed should have been kept, some of them. I don't know. I'm not a fucking expert, folks, but I hate it. Anyway, let's see what we've got to present. We've got this King Tut. What was the name of the first pyramid built and where? The Step Pyramid in Saqqara, whatever. Right. Interesting. I think I got this second hand. These are like question cards that someone made by hand to do with King Tut. We're just going to put it in the corner like that. Or to do with, I think, Egypt. Egypt, indeed. An interesting place. I've never been to Egypt, but I haven't been many places in my life. Let's see how we go. Yeah, that looks interesting. You can see it's made up of little printing dots, like little inkjet dots. Now I'm thinking we're going to enlarge this, and we're going to put it to the edge from this side. But basically I'm missing a loved one, and Luigi is the one I'm trying to get in touch with. And it's really difficult when we've got COVID-19 once again dominating, almost monopolising the TV airtime. I'm serious, it's really annoying to see once again. Okay, let's see what we've got. I'll just put this aside. But yeah, it really is difficult dealing with this COVID shit, and me being alone and not happily married and having to rely on the unreliable to get myself reunited. Yeah, that's a little bit too small. We need more enlargement. But it gets really lonely without my loved one. It's really difficult to I really do get lonely. Yeah, that's a lot better now. That's filling the page nicely. So now we've got a picture of, I'm just going to Just line these up. That's it. There's that picture of King Tut in his tomb, I'm going to make this, I think, into a movement piece. But I'm really missing Luigi, and it's really disheartening when COVID-19 decides to muscle in. And there's a lot of careless people, you know, fucking idiots, fucktards. There's too many fucktards in this world, folks. Maybe a good thing about the virus is that maybe some fucktards will die. I'm sorry, I get sick of dumb people fucking everything up, especially rich people, so maybe it's a good thing that happened on the northern beaches where the fucking rich are. Oh, I don't know, I'm just angry. I just get angry at everything to do with the rich. The rich people, and this person was rich originally before he died. But basically, I have no respect for the types of people that many of which who live on the northern beaches. Even my dad's is in near the epicenter of the disease, the outbreak. My dad's an asshole, so maybe karma's come back to get him. That looks shit house. We didn't get much of it. It looks interesting. Yeah, it looks interesting. I can just make out some of the face. Trying to decide what to do with this. This annoying leaf blower out the front there, polluting our planet, making it more ideal for COVID, and his own little contribution to the fuck-ups of this world. And it is a fucked up world we live in, folks. Don't deny it. We are living in a fucked up era with fucked up people, and everything is a fuck. No, sorry folks, I'm telling you, everything's a fuck. Everything's stuffed. Nothing works. It's bloody awful. It's fucked. I don't know how that's going to work. Yeah, looks interesting, but it's not what I want. I'm thinking this one looks promising. You can just see the face there. Okay. It's a bit blue. I'd like to see a little bit more yellow, a bit of the happy colour. Let's see how we go with this. Okay. yeah, that's turned out looking interesting. Still could be better. King Tut. Okay. But yeah, I'm so over the way the world has become so fucked up because of people's love of money. The way people put money before, profit before anything else. And this is a fucking lesson I'm hoping people as a whole will learn. That people with money have got to learn to think of the environment and think of the human race before they start fucking it over and not being able to even live. I don't know when this fucking pandemic is going to end. I'm not terribly optimistic now. There's been some mutant strains that come from overseas and have been introduced into this COVID cluster that we've had on the northern beaches. Some fucking idiot pilot from overseas or coming back from overseas, and it's really a discouraging development, and it might indeed mean that even a vaccine can't stop it. So what's going to stop COVID, folks? If we can't have a vaccine that actually works, how are we fucking going to halt it? I'm actually thinking we're going to use this as our master copy. But basically I'm really upset, that we can't seem to beat this thing. We can't seem to stop it. It's unstoppable. It really is. It's become a problem, a huge fucking dumbass problem. I don't know how people are going, how the human race is going to prevail over this. I'm really upset. I'm really discouraged by the whole situation. Wondering if we're going to do a negative positive. We're going to do a background colour. But basically, it's difficult. It's really fucked up. And these rich people who have the power to do things, they're the ones that are fucking our planet. They've got the power. And there's only like small numbers of them. And these small numbers are the ones that have the power to destroy as well as create. And it seems like they choose more often than not to destroy our planet, to destroy humans, human race, slavery, inequality, all that sort of shit. So it's not looking a very happy Christmas, folks. I can't see it. I can't see there going to be a happy Christmas this year. Sorry to be pessimistic like the news on the TV, but they love it because it brings in ratings, and again, it's all about money. It's all about making a quick dollar and using this negativity to drive it. And I'm trying to use this TV as a way of broadcasting my own stuff, of somehow making a difference, but basically it's not as easy as it looks, as you've probably guessed, folks. You've probably noticed it's not an easy thing to do, trying to use the status quo of things to promote something a lot more progressive. But it's not easy doing that. And these backward people who got the power and the money, well, what can we do? We can't fight them. We can't do anything. We can't do anything to fucking get them in order. Get them call out bullshit that they're assholes. And then they might be small in number, but they can just destroy the planet with the stroke of a pen. These rich people. Now I'm thinking we're going to make that not plum. This looks interesting. It doesn't look like my kind of colour scheme. I think yellow is the colour we want. But basically it's really been difficult this year. It's been a difficult year with this pandemic. Gonna go that. So I'm trying to get my stuff out there and it doesn't seem to be happening. Now that looks interesting. It's not my cup of tea, I must say. I'm wondering if we're going to go back to our original version, because this looks shit house. I'm just going to keep it in the positive mode and we're just going to enlarge it off. Sorry folks, I do like to experiment. It's part and parcel of being a photocopier artist is a bit of taking a risk and experimenting, which is what I wish the world would do with business and that. I wish the business people could make the world a better place by taking calculated risks. So now that's going to go there, and I'm going to set this up again the way that we had it. But I really miss my partner Luigi. I've got dreams of redesigning the photocopier with him, and I can't do that without him. I can't redesign the photocopier without Luigi. I've had brain damage at birth, which is responsible for most of my disability, and I can't do things on my own because being disabled is really limiting, and you can't make a difference in this world when you're disabled. I'm trying my best as a person with a disability to get this stuff to air. I'm trying to showcase my talent, not focus on what I can't do. But I need to eventually line up with Luigi. I need to get in touch with him. Otherwise, my disability is going to be the sum total of who I am, and I don't want that, folks. I don't want to be just because I just don't want to be the sum total of my disabled parts of my brain. It's really difficult trying to make things happen. It is. It's very, very, very difficult. Wondering how we're going to make this. I'm going to turn it around this way, and we're just going to enlarge that off and just push that across. But basically I'm really lonely and despondent away from Luigi. Now I just put that edge, I can just see through the paper what I'm after. But basically it gets very lonely without Luigi. I do need love in my life. I can't just live a life without love. I get lonely, and it's not something I am able to tolerate. But one day I do want to make a big difference, and I want to earn a lot of money so I can give most of it away to science and humanitarian causes. But we have to build our photocopier, and we've got to build it in a sustainable manner. and I think I fucked it up. I don't think I used enough enlargement, or maybe, oh fuck. But basically I want to design a photocopier that's good for the planet, that's made mostly out of recycled materials, and made out of, I was meant to do the enlargement on the bottom at 160. So I'm trying to make a difference, and I want to design a photocopier that's made mostly of recycled materials, and that's going to be like environmentally sustainable and socially responsible. Would be designing this machine with people who get paid a proper wage instead of slave. There won't be any made in China or made in Vietnam or made elsewhere. It's going to be made on Australian soil. Has to be made in Australia, not fucking overseas, and we need to create jobs for Australia. So we're creating jobs as well as opportunities to make a difference. And I really want to make a difference, folks. I'm not interested in the shit that people have today where everything's about money. It's got to be more than about money. It's got to be about humanity and the environment. And they're going to have technology to fix the disabilities that I have. And basically, it's going to be technology like quantum computers that can run at normal temperatures. So I really want to make a big difference, and I want the technology to help make it possible. Just trying to decide how to fucking do this. Yeah, so the things I want to do as a CEO is and a scientist is I want to find solutions to major problems like climate change, or how to decontaminate nuclear waste from places like Chernobyl and Fukushima, which are wastelands now, all because of human stupidity, carelessness, money fucking for all we know. So money fucking just does everything wrong, and people just seem to think that it's okay to fuck the money, when they don't seem to realise they're fucking the damn planet with it. So they love money, and this love of money is driving this world to pot. Stupidity. Really, we don't need that shit in this world anymore. And I want to give to the humanitarian and scientific causes. I want to give at least, or should I say around 95% of my earnings as a CEO. I don't want to keep the money for myself. I want to put the money to use, folks. I want to make it work hard so that the human race can prevail for as long as this planet is needed, for as long as humans are meant to live. We don't know when the world's going to end, but we've got to fucking make an effort to make it last as long as we can, indefinitely. Basically, yeah, we have to fucking find solutions to problems, and I want to be that person who helps make the world a better and happier place. Clean, green and sustainable. Renewable energy wherever possible. And that's another thing I'd like to create is I want to work out how to harness the power of lightning as a renewable power source. The more renewables we can tap into, the better. But basically, we got to stop being so greedy and selfish and so money fucked. It's not right, folks. We need to fucking make a difference for the sake of humanity. And this COVID-19 might indeed be a fucking wake-up call for those ignorant dickheads that don't have any fucking brains or caring. Fucking hate. I wish something would happen to them, but what can we do? We just got to try our best. So I'm trying to get this message out with this not just because I want to get together with my partner, but because I want people to know that there is another way to live. There's another way of living. There's another way of hope. There is hope, folks. We've got to hold out hope. Even though we look like we're in a dark tunnel that's never going to end, COVID-19, but we've got to have hope that if science can find solutions like vaccines, well, it'd be good. But anyway, that's come up looking better than I thought. I think now we can call this demo quits.